taking garbage in. She ready for the Daytona 500 or what? What's up, y'all? In here in the shop, Ryan, Treadsy and Racing. Gonna be racing here this weekend. Finally got a race coming up. After all this pandemic stuff is almost over, we got a race this Saturday at Antioch. As you guys know, it's gonna be good weather. That's the way it looks right now. I just checked the forecast, and we're confirmed on the schedule. So I really want to thank Roy Bain with the Tri-State Pro Stocks for getting this race together and trying to get a race there at Antioch and finally getting it achieved. Really thankful for him to be doing all this stuff for us racers to have a place to race, especially us stock car guys. So I'm going to go ahead and I got this drain today at work. I'm going to go ahead and start draining the rear diff out. I don't think I told you guys this last time, but Eric went ahead and relabeled my brake bias because I don't know what, I had a brain fart and I had them backwards, so rear percent was actually front percent and vice versa. So he got that labeled last week. They're going to be coming over a little later. Hillbilly crew will be here, and I'm hoping they can keep their mouths under control and stop cussing, and we can get some decent footage, get some stuff filmed finally. So like I said, we got to get that gear out. As you guys know, today was kind of a crazy day out there in the United States with all the rioting and stealing, looting, all that stuff. People are just going absolutely nuts out there. So essentially burning down cities, businesses, crazy stuff going on. But I'm trying to keep my mind off of that and focus on race car stuff. So what I'm going to do actually is not a race car thing. It's actually this 200 TDI 4-cylinder diesel I've been working on. I brought my torque wrench from home. I'm just going to torque the head bolts down, getting really close on getting this thing out of here. So torque this stuff down. I'll get the valve train components back on, the rocker arms and whatnot, and be one step closer to getting out of here. These are high dollar torque wrenches. That's why I don't have one here. I just have one at work because that's where I mostly use this thing at. See? That one was already torqued first, but it didn't have quite 29 foot-pounds on it. So see, these ones are already good. Just those center two that were pretty loose. I put my back into it. 60 degrees. Here we go. Okay, 1. 2. 11. 12. All right, baby, here we go. 95 foot-pounds right there. All right. That'll do it. Got them all down. Cool. Dunsky. How about these frickin' push rods? Look at these things. They're solid. There's no oil hole in there. This is the part where the rocker arm goes on, and then that's where it goes on the lifter. But these things are beefy as hell. All right, that about wraps up this project for the night. Time for race car stuff. Time to see what this differential fluid looks like. Let's see if I know what I'm doing or not when I'm building these gears. It'd be pretty bad if I didn't. I'd just be one big hypocrite this whole time. Oh yeah. That looks pretty dang good. Wouldn't you guys say so? Really not much metal in there. Looks fresh. Cool. I probably could have saved this and reused it. But hey, you know, fresh oil is never bad. So, little fun fact here. I'm flushing out this power steering fluid here. About a year ago, it was June of 2019. I raced at Antioch. Started, I think, outside pole and led the first 17 out of 20 laps. The power steering system failed on lap 2 or 3. So, the rest of the race, I was running around with no power steering. Which is pretty difficult. It's a dry track, and the car felt really good before this power steering went out. Anyways, long story short, ended up losing the race. I just couldn't hold on anymore. My arms were completely dead. I couldn't even grip the steering wheel in my hand. I fell back to like 5th just because I had to let all these cars go by because I just couldn't hang on. It was I think there's a 1 yellow flag in that mix too. So anyways, power steering failed, and I think it was because of lack of fluid changes. The fluid was super gummed up, and I believe that actually blocked off part of the passageway to the power steering gear down there. And after it was all said and done, the gear was bad. So it cost me a race. It cost me a win. I still have not got a win yet in this stock car. It would have been my first one. So I'm going to do that right now. Flush this out. Even though it looks pretty good, I'm still going to just flush it out and put some new fluid in there for this race. I believe Eric and Chris are coming on their way. Not sure if Dalton's coming yet, but they should be here shortly. We'll get this blood change and the gear swap started. So being here in California and the San Francisco Bay Area, with all this crazy stuff that's been happening, with the looting and the rioting, there's been so much of it in our area here and our county that people are setting buildings on fire, and there's just all kinds of destruction going on. So what they've done is they've put a curfew in place for everybody. You can't be out of your house here in our county after 8 o'clock p.m. And some cities in our county actually have modified it, so it's actually 6 o'clock in their city. So basically anywhere in this county, you got to be in your house from between 6 or 8 p.m. all the way until 5 a.m. So with that being said, this race kind of was up in the air a little bit, but I believe they just terminated the curfew now. So I think we should be good for the race on Saturday. Like 30. Because it's so damn hot.
Yeah.
It's a good possibility. Yep. We'll see. I fired it up, put my little block-off plate here into the radiator. Gonna get it nice and warm for Eric to change oil with. It's about 170 degrees. So let that air cool off a little bit. We'll go out there and drain it out and burn our hands on it. Hey, you just missed it. Eric's already throwing oil filters.
He threw an oil filter? Dude!
He threw the oil filter.
So dude, you change oil all the time. How do you
slipped off and smashed the oil filter.
I'm sitting right here taking off the brake caliper. All of a sudden I see this oil filter come flying over here.
Oh my god, Eric. You don't even try and pick it up, so it's not.
We got one gear on the ground, one gear on the shelf. Eric already did the oil change and he already got the carb off. Oh, look who showed up.
What's up, guys?
Alright, so what else do we have to do tonight? Not really much.
Put a gear in.
We already checked off like 3/4 of stuff on the list and it's not even, what, 7:30?
It is 7:30 right now.
Jeez. We're rolling. Shifter extension on there. Let me see it. So we gotta cut pretty much
yeah, that
down
off.
to there.
Stay still.
Alright. Hook it up.
No one there.
Where's the cap
I'm
go?
gonna hold this thing. Got none here. So it's gonna be sketchy, but it's gonna be totally against OSHA, but I got it.
OSHA? What's OSHA?
C-clamp.
Jesus!
Is that working pretty good?
Yeah, it's working really good.
I don't know if those drill bits cut aluminum that well. Sometimes they get all gummed up.
What, were you saving this bush for me or something?
Yeah.
I mean, the drill bit's kind of getting a little clogged up. Luckily, none of these shot at us. But...
Alright, so fast forward a little bit. Got the gear in. Chris is getting the axle in. Dalton's over there looking pretty.
I'm supervising, man. Supervising.
He's watching all the June bugs.
Yep.
Calibration machine here. You said 200?
Yep, 200 ready?
Let's see it.
Ooh,
Oh!
yes, 225.
I didn't believe you.
All the rest.
Alright, well that's about a seat pressure right there, so next time I need to calibrate them. I know who to call. What'd you do?
Watch your mouth. Kid friendly channel.
I'm getting good at editing these videos with the grubbing now. Home cooked meal I just made myself.
Better thank Liv for that.
Yeah, just kidding. Where's Livia? Chris got that thing on backwards, so we gotta pull it back out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat now though. I'm hungry. Alright, so the Hillbilly crew just left. And as usual, it's another Thursday night where we've got a whole bunch of stuff done that I didn't think we were gonna get done. We crossed so much stuff off this list, it's ridiculous. Look at it now, it's like almost empty. Just got a couple little minor things on there still, but we got the gear in. Got the gear in. They got the oil changed up front in the motor. You guys saw me flush the power steering system out, and then they also got my other carb on there. So finally swapped out the carb. That's been on the list for quite too long. So glad to get that on there. We had a couple problems with the leaks. It was leaking out of the fuel log a little bit, and then a couple other little spots in the carburetor we had to tighten up. But it looks like it's holding good now. I just fired it up. Sounds pretty crisp. So hopefully it runs good. What else did we do here? Got a couple little things done on the cockpit area. We got this B-pillar here tightened back up. Dalton went ahead and patched it up with this little, I guess, washer deal here. A couple washers to make the hole not so big as it used to be. And then Eric and Eric and Chris got this shifter extension on here, which will make it nice and easy for me to find the high gear and pop it out if I ever spin out or something. So I'm not really searching around for it. I've been talking about that for a while too. So really happy with everything we got done tonight. Hoping that we unload fast this Saturday night at Antioch Speedway. It's going to be 3 classes, us, the Tri-State Pro Stocks, IMCA A-Mods, and Hobby Stocks. So hopefully we get a good spot there in the front and we're not really too far away from the pit board and all that stuff because they've had a bunch of car count these last couple races out there. So I'm gonna try to get there at a decent hour, but got a couple more things to button up here. I got to put some gear oil in the diff, and like I said, just kind of button up some stuff, do some nut and bolts here and there. And Dalton was kind of heckling me tonight, and he said, "Hey man, do you ever wash this thing?" And I said, "Not really." So maybe I'll go ahead and get it a little bit cleaned up and make this old beat up body look half decent. So that's it. That's a good night. Looking forward to getting this race in and finally getting back on the track. It's been 3.5 months since our last race in mid-February, so gonna have to knock some rust off, but like I said, I'm really excited to get out there. So you guys go ahead and share it, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff, and we'll see you here pretty soon in a couple days at Antioch Speedway. It's gonna be June 6th. See you guys later.